tinnitus gets worse when you obsess about it. That's right, obsess about it. When you obsess over it and it causes you negative emotion, then it gets worse. It's psychological. Tinnitus suffering is psychological. So here's how you have to understand this. The sound itself isn't fixed. Meaning one day you might hear it and it might be extremely loud, and then the next day you might be like, I wasn't really aware of it. Was it get quieter? That's because the sound isn't fixed. Like when you're in a tinnitus doom loop and it sounds really loud and you never think it's going to get better, you have to understand that like that experience of negativity and that loudness of sound volume, it's not fixed. Neither of it's fixed. It can change. Meaning another day you can be like not that aware of it and back to living life happy, or not as distressed by it is what I'll say. And the sound volume is perceived to be lower, but it's not that it's lower. I should say it wasn't that it was higher on the other day or that it's lower on this day. It's just that your brain is learning. That's basically what you're experiencing on the days where it's so-called quieter. Is that's habituation. You're starting to habituate. That's what that is. So, when people are like, oh, I'm having a setback, I feel like I'm having a bad day, I'm like, well, that's actually proof you're habituating. They're like, what do you mean? How's a bad day proof that I'm habituating? Because if you never had good days, then every day would be a bad day. But the fact that you're like, I had a good day, I had a couple good days, and now I had a bad, I'm having a bad day again. Your progress isn't regressing, right? You're not losing habituation. That's proof you're actually habituating because you had good days. You can compare your bad days with your good days. So that's how you need to reframe having a bad day or a setback or a spike or whatever you want to call it. Is like, oh, this is proof I'm habituating. Like I'm going on to be just fine. Like I'm returning to silence. I'm returning to having my life back. The quality of my life is coming back. And so the best way to move this along as fast as possible is to stop fixating on the sound in a bad way, right? So there is a therapeutic way to listen to the ringing, and there is a bad way to listen to the ringing, a non-therapeutic way, a destructive way. The therapeutic way is to literally get my application, 7-day free trial below. But with that, there is meditations, specific meditations that you do while listening to the tinnitus. And in doing these meditations, it helps to train your brain to not fixate on the sound anymore. So the more you can train your brain to not fixate on the sound, the more your brain begins to tune it out and really desensitizes itself to the sound. Your brain becomes bored of the sound over time. That's right, it becomes bored of the sound. If you learn to listen to the sound therapeutically and not obsess about the sound in a spiral state, in a doom state, in an anxiety state. The worst thing you can possibly do for your tinnitus and for your mental health is obsess about it. It's the absolute worst thing to do. All of my clients I coach, I tell them, get up, get out of bed, no rumination, and get on with your day as quick as possible. Don't sit there and do not ruminate. If you have the application, get up, do the tinnitus test, and then start the day with a meditation and a thought reframe, and then go about your day. You want to set the day up. The first thing in the morning is very powerful because that determines a lot of times the rhythm of the day. And you want the first interaction with the day to be positive. You want to get your central nervous system under control. You don't want to start the day in fight or flight. You want to start the day in rest and digest. So that's the best way to do it. Again, you can pick up a 7-day free trial. I have a 7-day tinnitus habituation program, free when you pick up the trial below. Link in the description. I appreciate this community so much. Make sure to comment below, like, and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps the algorithm get this video and get this content to as many tinnitus sufferers as possible so that we can get the cure of habituation to everyone in the entire world that is suffering with tinnitus so that they don't have to suffer. And you can help me do that. Thank you so much. I appreciate this community so much. I'll talk to you later. Peace.